How do you want your child, your autistic child, to be treated in the future? Do you want them to be accepted, listened to? Do you want them to have friends? Do you want people to treat them like they're broken, diseased, birth defects? Or do you want your child to have a good adulthood? The way you view autism will have a lasting impression on the future adult you are raising. The way you treat autistic adults now, that's how the world's going to treat your kid. So are you treating us the way you want your child to be treated? Are you setting an example of respect, of acceptance? Or are you going to continue setting an example of in the world, that your child is going to grow into, of thinking you know better than us about what we're experiencing? Autism isn't something you can outsmart. It's not something that needs to be cured. Yes, there are challenges. You don't have any challenges? You have less challenges because the world is built for you. Nobody caters to the minorities. So yeah, we've got more challenges. Does that mean we're bad the way we are? There are a lot of strengths that come with being autistic. It is a neurological, developmental condition. Everything that we see and we hear and we read makes pathways in our brain differently. And no matter how much you try to train us to behave the way you do, it doesn't change the way our brains work. Our entire life is filtered through an autistic filter. There was a study, I'll try to link. They showed pictures of autistic people they knew were autistic, and neurotypicals, just pictures, to a bunch of neurotypical people, and had them sort them or something, I don't know. The result of the study was that neurotypical, at least those who were tested, had an automatic bias against the pictures of the autistic people. They didn't know they were autistic. They didn't know. It was a blind study. They didn't know what they're doing. They had an inborn bias. One picture. It doesn't matter if we behave exactly the way you want us to behave. That snapshot, that first picture. We're not holding our bodies right, or something's off. We begin with a social disadvantage because that's your neurology. And I'm not sure why I bother trying. To get you to do better, to be better. I mean, I've been trying that my entire life. Ever since I was a kid. I was told what I was supposed to do, and I tried so hard to do it. I tried so hard to be what I was supposed to be. And you know what I realized after adulthood? The things that I was being told to do, the people telling me them weren't doing them. I'm not saying that's the whole world. I'm not saying that's every neurotypical. But if you're not gonna listen to the experiences of adults who can look back and explain why things were so difficult, if you're going to continue to treat us like we know nothing about what your child is going through because they're your child, if you can't understand why is the world going to understand your child? Be the change you want to be in the world, right? Get over yourselves. Listen to autistic adults. Because someday your child is going to be one. And they're going to find us, their tribe, their people, the ones who understand. They will find us. Do you want them looking back on their childhood, finally knowing what could have been, and being angry that you didn't? That you treated them like they were broken, wrong, sick, defective, broken neurotypicals. Because when you argue with the autistic community about our experience, that's what you're doing to your child. I don't know if anyone's actually going to watch this. Yeah, I'm outspoken. I'm abrasive. I'm blunt. I'm also fucking honest. I do not deceive people. I don't let them leave the house looking bad because I want to spare their feelings by saying, no, that doesn't make your butt look big at all. You will always see and hear me. That's a gift I have offered. But if you can't even do that for your child, ask me sometime how my relationship with the people who raised me is. Ask me. What life without acceptance was. And I'll tell you, it's a really sucky story. And I usually avoid telling it to people because people don't want to know that. People don't want to hear that. It makes them sad. I'm not trying to make you feel sorry for me. I'm trying to open your eyes. You have an amazing opportunity to be the generation that does better. That changes the world to a world that will be accepting of your child. Not feel pity for them, but to accept them as they are, being perfectly fine. Yeah, there was someone in the group a month or so back who said they could not agree that the value of an autistic life is the same value as a neurotypical one. I appreciated that honesty. I did. I value honesty quite a bit because it feels like I never get it. How do you want your child to be treated? You've got options. You've got knowledge being offered to you freely. If you don't want it, if you reject it, I'll see your kid in 10 years, 20 years. I get it. Some people think that I know all your kids better than you do. And I just want everyone to shut up and listen to me. And that I think I know everything. Yeah, I know some of you believe that. I've never said any of that. If I believed that, I would have said that. But I never have. I've been listening to the autistic community for several years now. I didn't know anything really about autism before my youngest was identified. You know what I did? I fucking listened. I didn't say, hey, are you so sure about that? No, I sat in the groups, silent, listening to the experiences that my child, who could not tell me, so that I could better understand her. And through better understanding of my daughter and then my sons, the more I learned about autism, the more I learned about me. My guardians knew. Never once told me. Never once. Tried to understand. And there are a lot of factors in that. And I'm working really hard to contain my anger.